I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, but I am always going to be aggravated about it. So, as everybody knows by now, the whole Starfox situation of there being a new remake of Star Fox 64 coming out, and there's been a lot of discussion about a lot of things about it. Two main points, really, about of the discourse. If people are not just like, oh yeah, this is cool. I like Star Fox 64, and this is looks awesome, and updated graphics and more modes. This is awesome. But then you got other people who don't like certain aspects about the game, or the fact that it even exists. Let's go over. I made a Facebook post about like a very short like whatever about it, but since Discord has been revving up, I have to make a video about it. So first thing about it is the fact that it is another retelling of Star Fox 64. And people are like, oh, well, we've done this 4 times. We've done this 5 times. We've done this 5 million times. Because I like using over-exaggerated numbers, which is also I really hate. Especially when people put random numbers. The whole like, oh, this has happened random number amount of times. Like, that's not funny anymore. Stop it, please. Like, yeah, I get it. I use it for exaggeration sometimes too. Like, I get it. You know, saying, oh, this happens a million times. But the over-exaggeration is getting annoying. But I think these are just type of things I get annoyed about because I just see it all the time, and it's like, okay, now I'm over it. Anyway, back to the whole remake thing. So it's the fact that it's a retelling of the Star Fox 64 story, which was already a remake of the original Star Fox. First of all, let's go over this. This is the only full remake. People call the 3DS version a remaster, which it's not a remaster. It is still a remake. Like, yes, it uses a lot of the same code. It's not like 100% from the ground up, but it is still a remake. They still replaced models with updated models. They added controls and they added features. It's not just a remaster. They didn't just upscale the game and then gave it to you. Like, they are remakes. So it's like same argument I have for the 3DS, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Like, they are remasters to a lesser degree than what you think of, but like nowadays people think every remaster needs to be Final Fantasy Remake and Rebirth, when we still have like Spyro and Crash that were remakes, or like Medieval and games like that, which were remakes, but they were still pretty one-to-one to the originals. But because they were remade, they're remakes. I just want to get that off my chest. Didn't really need to make a whole video about that, but I just want to get that off my chest. But there's only been one remake outside of the current one that we're getting, and that was the 3DS. Star Fox Zero was almost like a soft reboot. And then the original Star Fox, like Star Fox 64, yes, is very much essentially a reimagining of the original Star Fox, because they actually were able to do what they wanted to do on the 64 opposed to the Super Nintendo. And I don't think that's a bad thing. And I barely count Star Fox Zero. While I had a good time with it, even though I wasn't a huge fan of like the Force Wii U gamepad stuff, and some of the missions, I still had a good time with it. Like, I do think people are a little too hateful on Zero, but it is also, again, the Force Wii U gamepad stuff was really holding the game back. Like, it would have been a fine game otherwise, honestly. But it didn't sell a lot on a console that didn't sell a lot. So, like, it's really not in the same ballpark as, like, the rest of the things we're talking about. But if they're gonna want to keep this series going, I feel like they needed to do this reboot. This reboot needed to happen, and the only way to reboot the series is from Star Fox 64. The most highest rated, not only Star Fox game, but one of the highest rating games in general, and one of the must-haves for the Nintendo 64, is a good jumping off point for a reboot, which this is totally a reboot of the series, because this game is just called Star Fox. Not Star Fox 64 Remake, not Star Fox 1, because 0, but it's just called Star Fox. and we are getting the story of Star Fox 64. And I think that they're going to take this. Hopefully, it's successful, so then they will be encouraged to make more, and they will then go off of this into a new canon. And I've been saying that they should be doing this for years. I've been saying this for years, where they should just take the Star Fox 64 story and then disregard everything else that happened. You know, Adventures, which sucks. I don't know why there's revisionist history of like, oh, it was a good game. It's not a Star Fox game. It should stay Dinosaur Planet. It's not a Star Fox game. And then Assault and Command. Command was weird, and Assault was a fine game, honestly. Like, it wasn't great. Like, it was good, but it was no Star Fox 64, basically. But I know that's high standards. So disregard those titles, have a jumping off point from Star Fox 64, and then continue that formula and just build upon it. And you don't even have to make huge strides in the formula. Just like little bits. You know, different mechanics for different missions, more story, expanding the story more, expanding the whole like James McCloud at the end thing, and there's a lot you could do with the Star Fox lore and the Star Fox, you know, it being a rail shoe. You could bring rail shoes back with this remake. There's a lot you could do with this. So I don't think it's a problem that we are restarting from Star Fox 64, even though it's been reimagined a few times, because if you're going to reboot the series, which, by the way, we haven't had a true installment in 10 years, if you're going to reboot the series on a very popular console, which could also be a system seller for those who are nostalgic for the original and want to play something that looks fresh and plays fresh, this is the perfect way to do it, I think. Despite what people say, well, it's just another retelling. Like, one, yes, it is Star Fox 64 again, but again, perfect spot. But they're adding more to it. They're adding cutscenes. They're adding missions. They're adding a online multiplayer dogfighting mode, which is amazing. So yeah, it's gonna be a cool remake. Second point, character designs, world design, and like Arwen and all that. I don't think anybody has criticized. Like, as far as all that, like, it looks good. Character designs. This is my point of everything. For some reason on the internet, everything has to be either a masterpiece or the worst thing ever. There can never be nuance. There can never be middle grounds. Everybody always has to say, "Oh, well, this is the best thing ever. This is Game of the Year worthy stuff. This is like the best thing I've ever seen come out of the series." Or, "This is absolute trash. You're a dumb idiot asshole fuckface if you hate or if you like this. Nintendo should go like be bankrupt because of this design choice. I hate everything about this. This is why Nintendo's a trash company." It's never a middle ground. It's never a middle ground. You can't just say it's fine. Like, yeah, plenty of people do, but the loudest people don't, you know? Which I guess makes sense, because if you are really passionate about something, then you're going to be loud about it, opposed to the people who are just okay with stuff and like, yeah. Now, to me, the designs, they've kind of grown on me. I would have rather go with like the Star Fox Zero designs, and kind of like evolve that. So it's like it's not my favorite choice. Like, I don't think that they're the greatest that they could have been. I feel like we could have stuck closer to the original design, but I don't have a true problem with this. Like, they're still very much their characters, and I don't think it's gonna deter me away from any of the story stuff. But again, with the whole internet being the way it is, people have to say that, you know, they're not buying the game because of the character designs and, you know, crazy stuff like that. Which, again, the character designs are fine. You'll barely see them. You see just their faces in comm talks. The most of the game is you as the pilot and stuff like that. So it's not even gonna affect. Yes, there's more cutscenes, but it's not gonna affect your gameplay. Like, I get there are some things that I don't watch or play because of art style. Like certain Adult Swim shows have like that really stiff animation. Like, I don't watch shows specifically because of that, or there's some anime I don't watch because I don't like the art style. Like, I understand being like you, but I don't think the art style in Star Fox, in the new Star Fox remake, is that level of you if you are a Star Fox fan. Like, again, I can understand having an opinion of not liking it, but I don't think it's going to be something that should push you away from playing the game. I just think people are overreacting. And that's the biggest thing, is people are overreacting. This is the perfect place to jump off if you're going to make a reboot. And the character designs are fine. Like, they work. They're good. They're not fantastic. They're not what I would have wanted, but it's good. So yeah, just I really hope the game does well, because I want more Star Fox. I want more out of the series. And they could definitely bring back rail shooters and make them really good. Really, I mean, Star Fox is going to be the only rail shooter I play, but it'll still be good. I hope. Buy it.